Welcome to the best place on YouTube if you want to learn how to dress your apple-shaped body. In today's video, I'm taking 3 outfits and we're taking them from being just dressed to being styled. My name is Marleen. I am a personal stylist, but more importantly, I am a fellow apple shape. I know what it's like to just want to hide that tummy, but you still want to look put together and feel confident in your outfit. And that is what we're doing today. Per usual, I will link as much as I possibly can in the description box for you of all the pieces that I'm trying. But I want you to use this video as a springboard to go and play with the pieces that you have in your wardrobe. It's all about making the most of what we have already. But dressed versus style, let's get stuck into it. This video will not be a fast-paced one with lots of edits and b-roll and everything, because I want to take you through the process of actually taking an outfit from just being dressed to being styled. So bear with me as we go along. Our first outfit consists of pieces that I absolutely love in my wardrobe and pieces that I wear all the time. Now, there's essentially nothing wrong with this outfit, but in my personal opinion, it's just a little bit meh. It's a little bit boxy, it's a little bit plain, and although it's all right, it doesn't make me feel amazing, and that's what I want to change. I am wearing a favorite cardigan of mine. I've had it for years. I love it, but when it's closed like this, as much as it's practical, it's just a little bit boxy, isn't it? Wide leg trousers. I always tell you, give the wide leg trousers a try, because when we wear wide leg trousers, there is no tummy inside. And I have plenty of tummy. Trust me, I have plenty of tummy. But the wide leg trousers just hide it. And then I made the crucial mistake of just throwing on the shoes that was closest to the door when I had to go out for my school run this morning. My black loafers. I love them. I wear them all the time. But they are just in stark contrast with the rest of the outfit. And then underneath, plain and simple basic white t-shirt. I wear them every day, and it does have a little style element of the collar kind of sticking out, which is nice, but this outfit is just not fantastic, as much as I love all the pieces. So let's change it up a little bit. Now for this outfit, I'm actually going to change a couple of pieces completely. This cardigan, as much as I love it and it's warm and practical, it's a boxy and it's oversized on me. And as you can tell, the shoulder seam is more of a drop shoulders. Now, not everybody agree with me, but me personally, I detest a drop shoulders because it makes us who have rounded shoulders look more rounded up at the top, and it makes us look even more top heavy. So I'm actually getting rid of the cardigan completely, adding one very similar, just with a bit more structure. Now underneath, I have a white t-shirt, and it's fantastic with a white t-shirt. However, because the trousers are a warm color and the white is stark white, so it's more like a cool color, and I want to keep it nice and warm and harmonious, I just want to change this t-shirt into a cream one. It will look far more harmonious. Let me just show you the difference, what the white versus cream will do. See, this is the white. Notice it against the trousers, and look at the cream. Can you see how these two just works better together because they're both warm colors versus the white, which is stark white, so it's a cool color? Can you see the difference? It's such a small little detail, but by using the cream, it just looks a little bit more harmonious. Now, one of the most important things for us apple shapes is the fact that we need to define our waist. As you can see with the t-shirt just hanging out like it is, there's nothing wrong with it, but again, it's just a little bit frumpy. I am going to tuck in my t-shirt, and I know it's scary for many of us with an apple shape, with the belly. We don't want to tuck in because God forbid anyone should see we have a tummy. But that's the beauty of wide leg trousers. When you have wide leg trousers on as an apple shape, there is no tummy in sight, which is exactly what I'm trying to achieve in my outfits. I've also tucked in the t-shirt for the rule of third. It gives a balance when you follow the rule of third. And quickly explained, it means that you visually chop your body into 2 halves. One half of the body needs to be 1/3 of the length of your body, and the other half needs to be 2/3 at the length of the body. You can flip it around and have the 2/3 at the top and the 1/3 at the bottom. That is up to you, but it is what is most visually pleasing and puts us into proportion. I do know that it's very, very scary to tuck in that top, but trust the process with those wide leg trousers, and we're going to add a layer so we'll eradicate the tummy even more. Now, I want to define the waist even more, so I'm going to add a belt. And I'm a bit of a magpie when it comes to belts, so I have quite a collection, but it does mean that when I do get dressed, I am often lucky to have one that matches. And as you can tell, the belt and the trousers match pretty well in color. Pure coincidence that I had it hanging in my wardrobe, but there we go. Now, what I love about belts is not the fact that it helps keep my trousers in place, which is always good though, but I don't wear them to keep my trousers in place. I wear them for the belt buckle. When you look at any outfit, no matter who is wearing it, your eye will land where there is light and where it's bright and where there's patterns. That is where your eyes will fall first. So if I'm just standing here, what do you see first? Where does your eye land when you look at my outfit? And I guarantee you, you're looking straight at my belt buckle, especially when I'm moving, because it catches the light, and because my trousers are darker and my belt buckle is nice and bright, and I then wear the light top, your eye travels from my belt buckle up my chest and up to my face. And I'm up here, so this is where I want you to land. This also means that all the attention has been taken away from my tummy, and that's exactly my purpose of my outfits. So can you see that? That belt buckle just catches your attention. Nobody's looking at my belly, they're looking at my belt buckle, and the eye travels up towards my face. Now, as I said, I was going to wear a cardigan, and this one is very, very similar. This one just has a bit of more texture in it, and it has a better fit on my body. This one is also a little bit boxy, but because it has the added detail of not only the texture, the dogs has pulled the thread out of it, but it also have the gold buttons, all of a sudden the eye is caught in a different way. Whereas just with the other cardigan, it was just plain white and it was plain boxy. So you can still see my belt buckle. Your eye will then travel up the buttons and again up to my face. And even better, there is no tummy inside. Not that there was before anyway, but with the cardigan, with that third layer on, there's even more protection from anyone seeing my tummy. So that is the key to it all. Now that we have the basic outfit sorted, it's time to start thinking about the rest of the accessory. We already have the belt sorted because it defines our waist, but shoes are next. I am just wearing my black loafers like I was before because these are the shoes that I have standing closest to the door. These are the ones I pop into when I'm going on my school run or whatever. However, when you are wearing a nice outfit, consider the fact that your shoes match your outfit. These black loafers are just in stark contrast with the warmth of the rest of the outfit. So I'm going to change into a brown loafer instead. And again, because I'm a bit of a shoe magpie, I have a lot of shoes. So it was easy enough for me to find a pair that actually works better. The brown just helps melt into the outfit, where the black shoe is a little bit on the stark side and just kind of stands out for all the wrong reason. The shape of the shoe are very similar. They are both kind of pointed. The brown one's a little bit more rounded. Very, very similar. But by changing just the color of the shoe, the overall outfit is a little bit more harmonious. It also, especially if you're on the shorter side, it'll help you elongate your leg. Your legs will actually look longer if you match your shoes to your trousers. So that's another little tip for you. But with both the brown shoes on, all of a sudden the outfit just looks a little bit more in proportion, a little bit more harmonious and in balance. As for the rest of your accessories, I want you to add as much or as little as you are comfortable with. Necklaces are not my favorite to wear, so I'm still a little bit sparingly when it comes to necklaces, but it does jazz up my outfit and it adds a bit more bling, a bit more places for the eye to be caught. I am more of an earring person, so I've gone for a fabulous pair of earrings. Don't ask me where they're from or where I got them because I couldn't tell you. But a little bit of an earring that has a little bit of a cream pearl in it, a little bit of a chain necklace, and that's the finished look. Just a little bit of bling. Again, it'll draw your eye up to the right places and away from the tummy. And because I have left the cardigan open, that belt buckle is where everything starts. I'm still defining that waist. I am still looking in balance. I'm still looking proportion, and there is no tummy in sight. That is it. And I have taken this outfit from being frumpy to being fabulous with just a few changes. For my second outfit, I have once again popped into favorite pieces of mine from my wardrobe. I wear these pieces all the time, but again, it's all about how we put it together. We're going to do this a little bit faster now because I think you get the idea. Whoops, I keep hitting the wall. But here is the second outfit. My favorite black blazer. A basic t-shirt with a little black stripe on it. It has a short sleeve, fantastic neckline for us apple shapes. My favorite wide leg jeans, I've just done an entire video of 10 outfits using these jeans alone, and my favorite chunky white sneakers. All pieces that I absolutely love, and there is no tummy in sight in this outfit. But again, it's just a little bit meh. It's just a little bit frumpy, it's just a little bit boring. So using the exact same pieces, just changing some accessories, adding some accessories because I'm not wearing any, we are per usual going to start by simply tugging in that t-shirt. Because these jeans are wide leg jeans, there is once again no tummy in sight, even if I wasn't wearing the jacket. That's the beauty of the white leg for us apple shapes. I'm going to keep the blazer on, however, I'm going to add a belt. This time, however, I am not going to add the belt to the jeans, no. We are going to close the jacket, and then we're going to take the belt and swing it around. Before I put the belt on, I'm just taking a little black hair tie and I'm just swinging this around the end of the belt. So that'll be sitting on like this, right? I'm gonna push this up here for a bit, and then I'm gonna put on the belt. I'll show you why. This belt is quite long and there is no belt stopper in it. So if I just have it sitting like this, this is just gonna sit and flap. So I'm gonna take this hairband that I tied around, and because it's black, no one's gonna notice it, but I can take the end of the belt and just move it in there, see? And then my belt will sit in place. There we go, little trick for you there. But by adding the belt on top of the jacket, I have now defined my waist, even though I'm wearing a jacket. Isn't that fab? It personally took me a while to get brave enough to actually add a belt on top of my jacket. But now that I've done it a few times, I absolutely love it. And I just think it's a great way to get extra use out of your blazers. And by using a belt the same color as the jacket, you don't really notice it, I think. Once again, it's just a belt buckle that attracts the eyes. And then because my t-shirt is white and then I have the open neckline, the eye is drawn up. Now, if you look at my outfit now, where does your eye fall after my belt buckle? You kind of want to go here, but you also want to go to my shoes. Am I right? Because I'm wearing a white chunky sneaker. There's nothing wrong with a white chunky sneaker. And with the waist pulled into place, I kind of think we could have got away with the sneaker, but just to make it a little bit better than just this, I'm going to add, first of all, a dark shoe, but also one that's a little bit more dainty, once again, just to get those proportions right. I'm going for a little pointy flat. These ones are from Bavaria and have great support in them. They are an investment and they were gifted to me by Bavaria a while ago, but I really do love them and they have great support. But here, side by side, the little white, black flat versus the chunky white sneaker. Personally, I prefer the little flat. I think it just looks far more harmonious and in balance. I'm not mad at the white sneaker, but I just prefer the more balanced look of the black flat. And also the black flat is just, it just melts into the outfit far better and doesn't stand out as much as the white sneaker. For the finishing touches, I have gone with a dainty little earring and a dainty little necklace. I have added a few more rings to my hand. These are what I wear on a daily basis, and my daily basis watch as well. So this is the finished look, and this time I've changed both shoes so you can see the finished outfit. This is the finished outfit. It's very, very similar. I didn't change, apart from the shoes, I didn't change anything. I just added the belt to the jacket. Such an easy little fix, but can you see the difference in the outfit? It makes a huge difference, doesn't it? For my last outfit for today, I put on my new favorite dress. I picked it up in H&M a few weeks ago. And of course, if it's still available, I'll link it for you. But what I love about this dress is that it already has the cinched in waist. It is sewn like this, so it looks like I have a waist. It's absolutely amazing. Full button down, which is a bit of a nuisance, but I fully intend to wear this dress with my chunky canvas sneaker this summer. This is it. So there's nothing wrong with this outfit because the dress hides the tummy and it gives me a fantastic shape. And if I'm going out walking about, I'm going to be comfortable and I'm going to wear my sneakers. So as I say, I'm intending to wear this, but I just think that we could just make it a little bit better and we can definitely make this dress for several occasions. This dress naturally has the ability to look quite frumpy. It's because of the length of it. There's a lot of buttons on this dress, but I do think it looks amazing. So I've added a little vintage inspired shirt underneath it. I'm still wearing the trainers so far, but can you see what I mean? It looks a little bit matronly, but by jazzing it up a little bit, I think we can change it into a bit more of a modern look. There is no doubt that heels would absolutely make this dress, but I have gone for a pointy flat. This one is a slingback. They are years old, but they have like the shiny kind of patent faux leather on them, and it just gives it a little bit more bling. I have added my watch and I've added my rings, and then just to update it a bit, I'm adding a really chunky big flower earrings. These are fab, but I think these is just kind of that finish and touch that the dress needs, just so it doesn't get too matrony. And I'm going to add a belt. The same belt that I wore before. And again, those little hair bands comes in really, really handy just to keep the end in place. And then I have actually left the last 4 buttons open as well. So this is the finished look. I love this dress and I love playing around with it. I could see myself wearing it in so many ways, but I just think this is a little bit of an updated version. It is definitely still a more demure dress, will I call it, but I just love the fact that you can play around with it so much. And I think with the shirt underneath it, with the big flower, plenty of bling in the belt buckle, which is cinching in our waist, and the eye is drawn up the way to the big earring and the lighter shirt. I just think it's a fantastic outfit. You could absolutely go for a fun heel with it as well, but I'm keeping it practical with a flat. And as I said, then just with a little peekaboo moment down the bottom. Just a little side note, don't forget that you can play around with your makeup as well. I was just thinking a red lip might actually look really great with this outfit and really give it that pop of color. And also don't forget you can play around with your hair. Obviously when I'm filming, I can't really play around with my makeup, as well as I don't do anything to my hair because it's extremely damaged at the moment due to illness. So my hair is just as it is, and no grays are covered or nothing. It is what it is until my hair is back in good condition. But don't forget you can play around with both makeup and hair just for an added element to your outfit. I hope I have shown you how you can play around with the pieces that you have in your wardrobe. Many of the outfits is literally a matter of just tweaking a few things, like with the one with the blazer, it was just adding a belt to the blazer and changing the shoes, adding some accessories. The first one, we changed a few bits that just had a better fit. And for this outfit here, we're simply just playing around with pieces that we have, updating the pieces just a little bit. There is so many ways to make the most of what you have in your wardrobe, so do go and play around. But I hope, if nothing else, I've given you a bit of outfit inspiration. Go and play with the pieces that you have in your wardrobe, but of course I've linked as much as I possibly can in the description box. If you made it this far and sat through the ads, thank you so much. That is how you're helping my channel. And will you do me one last favor and leave me a green heart in the comments, just so I know that you made it to the end. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.